I wasn't ready for this moment. I was just casually scrolling through Spotify, looking for something familiar, something comforting, when I saw it. Jimin's Serendipity, a song that feels like a soft whisper in a chaotic world, had just surpassed 300 million streams. But wait, this wasn't just another milestone. This was something deeper, something personal, something historic. Because Serendipity wasn't supposed to be this. When it was first released, tucked quietly into BTS's Love Yourself, her album, in 2017, it was just a 1-minute intro. 1 minute. 1 minute of Jimin's gentle voice, singing about destiny, about love that transcends time and space. No extravagant beats, no dramatic highs, just a boy, standing still in a world that never stops spinning, reaching out and asking, "Was I really meant for you?" And somehow, in that moment, so many of us felt like the song was speaking directly to our souls. That little intro, it wasn't forgotten. It grew, it blossomed. It racked up over 137 million streams all on its own. And fans, no believers, begged for more. And BTS heard us. In 2018, in Love Yourself, Answer, the full version of Serendipity was released. And it was like being given a missing piece of our hearts. The full version wasn't just a continuation. It was an evolution. It was Jimin fully stepping into the light, his voice weaving a lullaby of longing, hope, and undeniable love. And now, as of April 19, 2025, that full version has surpassed 300 million streams on Spotify alone. When you combine both the intro and the full track, over 437 million times, someone, somewhere, pressed play and let Jimin's voice carry them away. But this isn't just about numbers, because if it were, we could just list off how Jimin's other songs have also shattered records. Filter at 475 million streams. Set Me Free Team 2 at 411 million. With You at 300 million. Like Crazy, racing beyond 1.35 billion. Who, a mind-blowing 1.61 billion streams. 5 solo songs, each over 300 million streams, on his individual Spotify profile. That's not just popularity, that's connection. But let's go even deeper. The music video for Serendipity was the first BTS solo music video to cross 100 million views on YouTube. Today, over 184 million views. And if you've ever watched it, you feel it. It's not just visuals, it's not just choreography, it's that tender gaze, that soft touch, that moment where time feels like it holds its breath. Just for him, just for him, just for us. Critics have called it a K-pop masterpiece. Artists have cited it as inspiration for their own work. And every time Jimin performed it live, it wasn't just a song, it was a moment. A breathtaking, soul-bearing experience, often called the highlight of BTS concerts. Because Serendipity isn't loud, it doesn't demand your attention, it simply waits softly, patiently, for your heart to find it. And when it does, it never lets go. 7 years, and the magic hasn't faded. If anything, it's stronger than ever. Because Serendipity was never just about a boy singing about love. It was about believing that love could be destined. That somewhere, somehow, amidst all the chaos, we were meant to find something, someone, worth holding on to. And maybe that's why we're still listening. Maybe that's why, when we hear those first few notes, something inside us stirs. Something fragile. Something beautiful. And maybe, just maybe, Jimin knew. Maybe that's why he sang so softly, because real love, real destiny doesn't need to shout. It just is. So tell me, where were you the first time you heard Serendipity? And what did it awaken inside you? Let's celebrate this moment together in the comments, because today, we're not just witnessing a record, we're celebrating a journey, a feeling, a love that still feels brand new, even after all these years.